I can't believe we're almost ready to begin production on Halloween 5. This is going to be amazing. Only 2 short months away.
I got the production information you requested.
Yeah, this is great. Thanks. Man, it's going to be awesome. We found this great house in Salt Lake City.
Are you sure about this location?
Look at this. It looks amazing. It's gothic. It looks cool. It's going to be awesome for Michael's new home.
The house looks nothing like the one in the last movie.
Oh, you're worried too much. People don't care. They don't even know anything about that. They're not going to remember what the house looks like.
There is the costume test for Tina.
Oh man, these photos of Tina look amazing. This new actress, Wendy, she's going to be awesome. Nobody's going to remember Rachel after this. She is going to be amazing. I love it. Who is this guy?
This is a new actor who wants to try out for the movie. His name is Nicolas Cage.
I like his look. Hey, let's give him a chance. Let's do a screen test. So, hey Nick, I love your enthusiasm with the mask. Oh, I see you're a Halloween fan. I'm not too sure about that hair though. Yeah, it looks a little better. Well, Michael Myers doesn't exactly speak. Well, let's see what you got.
Enjoy it. Tell me I'm everything you despise. That I'm the personification of evil. That I'm what? Responsible for the breakdown of the fabric of society and world order. I'm a one-man genocide. Say everything you want to say to me now. Because you don't have one.
Hey, what about the mask? Where'd you get that? So I'm not sure we can use you in this film, but hey, I love the mask. Yeah, I think we might be able to use it. What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the JeffMan316 Pop Culture Reporter channel. I'm your host as always, JeffMan316, and welcome to the next video in the HalloSCREAM 2022 review series, where your pop culture reporter, that's me, JeffMan316, continues to review every film in the storied Halloween movie franchise, leading up to Halloween Ends that comes out in theaters on October 14th. In this review series, I'm joined by many other YouTube content creators who will present their own unique styles and spins on all the reviews of the films in this iconic horror franchise. You saw all their logos in the opening graphic right after mine, and I'm going to have the links to all their videos in the description down below. So please continue to support me and everyone else who's participating in this HalloSCREAM review series. So let's keep this thing going as I review the 1989 sequel, Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. Michael lives, and this time, they're ready. Let's go. So Halloween 5 once again stars Donald Pleasence as Dr. Sam Loomis and Danielle Harris as Jamie Lloyd. Ellie Cornell also returns as Rachel, but more about her later. And added to this cast this time around is Wendy Foxworth as the best character in horror movie history, Tina. Just kidding. Don Shanks takes over as Michael under the mask in this sequel, and the movie is directed by Dominique Othenin-Girard, how do you pronounce his name? In case you need a synopsis of this next chapter in the Michael Myers saga, here goes. 1 year after the events of Halloween 4, the Shape returns to Haddonfield once again in an attempt to kill his now mute niece, Jamie Lloyd. So after an amazing return from Michael Myers in Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, does this sequel continue to improve upon that formula? Well, let's go ahead and spoil my rating. Probably it doesn't. This movie is probably one step away from the dreaded hot garbage rating I give terrible movies. While there are some really good scenes in this movie, overall, it shit on everything that came before it in that awesome sequel of Part 4. And that was just 1 year before. I do believe rushing this film out through production of only 1 year is what brought on a lot of the negatives. But the writing didn't help. So let's discuss this, and I'm ultimately going to decide my rating at the end. Let's go ahead and start with the positives. Are there any? Jamie is once again played by Danielle Harris. For a child her age and the material that she's given, I think she did an outstanding job here. I would have loved to see her play Jamie again in future sequels after this one, but we'll get into that next week, fortunately. Or unfortunately, depends on how you feel about this Thorn trilogy that started with this movie. I really did dig the fall feel in the final act of this. It spilled over from the last movie. And the opening is also really unique. You hear some slashing and cutting of knives or of knife as they appear, the titles appear. It would have been better if maybe we saw what that knife was slashing, maybe another pumpkin. We weren't lucky enough to find out this time around, though. Michael's use of farm tools as weapons was also a nice touch. I love the pitchfork and the scythe. Those kills are great for sure. I also like that scene where Michael kills Mikey, then steals his car, then picks up Tina. I know some people don't like the idea of Michael driving or switching masks, but I don't mind that scene. I think it shows Michael's got some intelligence behind him, how he plays a game of cat and mouse with Tina. I also like how he looks badass when he does switch back to his mask and he's driving the car and he's chasing after Tina and Jamie on the farm. Well, let's go ahead and talk about the bad, because there's a lot of it. Let's start with the poster. We once again get bait and switched. You get the design that's got maybe the half of the mask from the first movie, and like before, they switch it out. You get this thing here, which I've said almost looks like Nicolas Cage. What's with that long flowing hair? So let's go ahead and continue with Michael. While Don Shanks does a great job as Michael, the mask is hot fucking garbage. Yeah, I said it. They did a terrible job on it. It's supposed to be the same mask as Part 4, actually. Did they think we wouldn't even notice how different it looked? I don't even think they cared. What were they even thinking? I think this mask was designed by Greg Nicotero, who's known for The Walking Dead. I think they even did a mold of his face. It's just lazy and lame. So another problem I have with Michael is how they almost humanize him, at least in one scene. We see his face when Jamie asked for him to take his mask off. He didn't even look scarred from what he's supposed to be the other Part 2. And Michael's not supposed to have a soul. He's supposed to be pure evil, right? He started to cry.
Let me see.
That's unacceptable. The next thing that I hated was this psychic connection between Michael and Jamie. What the hell is up with that? So, like, as Michael's putting his mask on, you see that moment where Jamie acts like she's putting a mask on. I really think this connection between Michael and Jamie was stupid. It was just a way that they inserted it in there to explain why Jamie attacked her mother and it really wasn't her. So they were lazy and didn't want to keep going with the concept from the last movie. So now let's talk about Rachel. Rachel getting killed in the first act may seem like the way to go. They may have wanted a shock scene in there at the beginning, but I think it was a big mistake all around. Rachel made a great final girl in Part 4. I think that whoever the idiot was who decided to replace her as the protector of Jamie with Tina was just frustrating. Tina's annoying shenanigans are on full display from the start. I guess the producers felt they needed a sexier and more promiscuous lead opposite Jamie this time around. But we don't even see the good, so what did that accomplish? We don't see any nudity in this film at all from what I can remember. I discussed that aspect in a recent live stream of mine. Go check those Halloween live streams out. But Tina's story arc is just silly, and Rachel to me would have been much better to use throughout this film. So how about Loomis this time around? Donald Pleasence once again returns, like I said, to the character, and he's got some shining moments here. I like at the beginning how he confronts Sheriff Meeker and tells his story of his past experiences with Michael. The prosthetics on his face and hand, they look much more realistic and natural this time around. I love his monologue when he's on the farm at the end and he calls out Michael from the woods and sets up about Michael going back to his childhood home. Now that's classic Loomis there. I loved it. I don't like, though, how unhinged they make him. Damn, Sam, you don't have to verbally and almost physically abuse Jamie in the hospital like you did. She was all mute from the trauma from the previous movie, and he didn't give her any space whatsoever. He got right over top of her on the bed, and almost I thought he was gonna shake her. So finally, let's talk about the ending. I know people have some problems with it, especially the house. It didn't even look like the Myers house. Once again, did they not think we would notice? That's kind of disrespectful to the fans there. But once inside, I didn't mind the chase between Jamie and Michael. I thought that was kind of cool. And I liked how Loomis shot Michael with the tranquilizers, threw a chain net over him, and then proceeded to hit him. But after that, they cuff him, they take him to jail, and they let him sit there with his mask on. Really? What the hell is up with that? Do you feel you're being wrongfully incarcerated for crimes that were not your fault? Do you feel that you've been under the influence of a satanic cult? If so, call the law offices of Sam Hain, Wynn, and Loomis at 1-555-666-THRN. We're ready to believe you. The man in black shows up at the end and takes out everybody and leaves Michael in a cloud of fire and smoke as they escape. That ending is lame and lazy. Why not have the SWAT team surround the building until somebody comes back to pick up Michael? They don't even explain what this man in black does. I read they didn't even have a plan for him. He was just inserted at the last minute. So I like how Halloween 4 took the film in other directions, but Halloween 5 did nothing with it. Like I said, I do like certain scenes, but I don't think it's a good movie overall. I'm just going to give this a thumbs down. It's not going to get the full hot garbage rating, but I don't think it's very good. Like I said, it shit on all of the cool things that they set up, especially maybe Jamie taking over for Michael, and anything else like Rachel's character as a final girl. They could have done such a great job of continuing that story, and for some reason they just wanted to reboot it. So what did you think of Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers? I can't wait to talk about Halloween 6 next week. We got 2 versions of that movie to talk about. But let me know what your thoughts are on Halloween 5 in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the normal YouTube stuff. Keep supporting me and keep supporting all of us as we continue our Halloween review series, HalloSCREAM 2022. As next week you get The Curse of Michael Myers. And like I said, there's the producer's cut and the theatrical cut that we get to talk about in that video. Yay! So until next time, boys and girls, this is JebMan316, your pop culture reporter, signing out saying you guys be safe out there.